daydreaming in a zone. People who approach you are see-through. You can see them, but they can't see you. They ain't real. You're human artificials, and you're more ethereal than mere human vital.
Hello, Manishka.
You feel like you came to Earth with a job to do, while you are an extra, terra, astral.
I'm great. How are you?
You have to listen to your intuition and never trust the television
Hello,
when making
Michaela.
decisions. Never be a slave to the rhythm, but chant only. Find out what your mission on Earth is before you're called back home.
I am well. That is beautiful. Thank you. I hope you are well.
Planet Earth is a school, and my, how you've grown. You're an avatar, here to make the unknown known. Your soul is universally known to those in meditation. Please help us out of the hell that we're facing. We're strong, but for too long, we've been in this situation.
All right.
The whole world is waiting for you. For you are celestial. Yes, you are an extra terror.
Hello, guys. How are you guys?
Deja vu. You've seen me before, and I've seen you. Deja vu. I've been here before, and so have you. But on another level. We came to Earth with an assignment to pursue, to raise the vibration to the fifth dimensional. So forget about what they say.
So I hope you guys are all good tonight. It's late. You can't complain it. Wow. That line is a short line to happiness right there. That is the speed track. Wow, that's lovely. Very beautiful, Michaela. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Beautiful name.
Sure. You should be baby.
All right. Abyssinian. Abyssinian. I hope that one of those is right. How are you? Ooh. Don't want to mess up my stuff. Is the energy always good here? Well, that's beautiful. I hope we can keep it that way. It's going to be a crazy rest of 2020. So, I was trying to figure out a way. Maybe you guys can give me an idea. I want to do number readings for world events coming up. What do you guys think about that? Think it'd be fun to test that arena? Numerology for the planet? Or is that too far and wide? And I'm only curious because there's so many great readers doing people's signs. And I don't want to touch that. It's so hard. I tried it and I'm just like, ugh, I just don't gel with it enough to stick to your sign. And I don't know. I just feel like it's such a detour from my original purpose being here. So, you think that'd be interesting, Michaela? Thank you, Manisha. Okay. So I have to come up with a name for that or something. Planet number or something. Okay. Let's see. Maybe we should just try one. You guys want to try a quick one? And if this will be good. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Okay. Hello, Kanika. All right. If you guys don't mind, I'll take notes on this because I be taking notes on everything. Okay. So, like, global numbers. All right. Kanika, I'm doing great. How are you? Okay, so we're kicking around ideas about doing like a forecast report for the planet, seeing if it works. I know this. I was thinking about this because it'll actually push me forward in the direction I'm going, trying to get to. So, I got everybody's feelings and your numbers, and that's beautiful. I still will do those readings, but I really want to get to the other data. So, I figured doing planetary events might be a good way to start that process. Could be interesting, could be a flop. On my way to find out. So, we're going to do a test reading, and if you guys can think of any questions or any direction along the way, sculpt and mold. If you guys wouldn't mind, I'll try to keep it short. If it gets boring, also let me know. Direction's good or not. So, I'm also working on a little bit of direction for my brain with the dice and my intentions. So, let's see where this goes. So, what do you think, guys? The next 7 days, 7 days of reading. The next 7 days for the world. World, let's see, that's wide. World news. Let's just go with world news that we in this group will hear about. How about that? Just for us. Just us few sitting here. World news that we'll hear about. If you hear about it, please come back, put comments or something later on if you would. Group experiment if you would do me the honor, please. All right. Let's give it a shot. Okay. Write this. 10, 10, 20. Okay. Next 7 days. October 7th. The next 7 days. So right off, I see a lot of like uncomfortable conversation. I see decisions being made. I see suggested focused energy. Repetition in conversations. Like same shit, different day. Fulfillment. 7 days, I see a power push. Now, I see someone's ego being in reverse. We have this. Let's see. All right. Now let's see what matches. Clarify. Okay. We have the Queen of Cups that comes out and the Two of Wands that comes out on top of that. But for me, I see an offer that someone's taking back and flipping it for revenge. Something that starts off really well in a negotiation becomes chaotic, imbalanced. Someone's refusing to be open to change. It's almost like someone in a high place. And this, let's see, 11. Now this could be a leader type. So this could be presidential. Someone's not being flexible. They're not bending on an offer. And it's an offer to take an action. Somebody is just opting for control, and it's their natural behavior. There's a group making an action claiming it's for the good of everyone. And this is an action of teamwork also. And it's like a fight. Now the 4 sits here in reverse. So someone is opting for laziness. It's lazy. And there's unity with, okay, it's like fake shit. It's like repetition. And then someone comes back around to more repetition. Now, done with intention. Something drags on for infinity. That doesn't get us far. Really doesn't. 4 peers again. I see a situation where someone at the top, this is a king-like nobility type situation. This could be the leader. I see someone being very closed off. not moving forward. They're just refusing. Now, I also see financial issues coming to the forefront for the world news. And for those of you just hopping in, I'm doing a sample reading. News we're going to hear about for the world. And it's just for those of us in this room. What news will we hear about over the next 7 days involving the rest of the world? Not anybody's personal feelings, but more of a global events type thing. I see someone's perception changing. Someone's priorities change. Somebody makes some stuff aware. Like, it's like bringing hidden knowledge to the front. And there's a protection also. And that, I feel, the protection has to do with health. It looks like health. Now, my soul card comes out. So I think next week, I feel like in the next 7 days, we're going to hear about testing and evaluations. Someone's going to create a challenge out of it. Someone's going to create haters from it. Wow, wait a minute. Clarify useless. I feel like someone's going to suggest that there might be a test or something to do with global health that's useless. Someone's not satisfied. Not satisfied with an outcome. Someone's going to be working to make others aware. 666. Oof. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so it looks to me like the way the 9 moves all around. Okay, there's order. 8, 7. And then we did. Okay. I see somebody using a process of influence and making people fight to prove a point. Someone creates power out of making others jump through hoops. There's a process being done. And there's one person who knows the truth. Ooh. Someone's going to be revealed. This is world news, you guys, just so you're hopping in. For those of you who are hopping in, this is definitely someone in a very high position of power. Someone's shit is about to be laid the fuck all the way out. This involves testing, safety of testing, control, challenging law and order. Someone makes somebody reveal themselves by putting them to task through a process. And it looks very heartless when it's happening. It's like proving somebody didn't finish the work. Like somebody just threw something up in the air. Proving worthless. Okay, excuse me, guys. I want to take notes on my stuff too. All right. I see a conversation that's happening here. It's like somebody gets schooled publicly. They don't want to be schooled publicly because somebody gives out false information very impulsively. They get checked for it very impulsively. I see healing here for some. Somebody uses, okay, see, I do think this is Trump. Okay. I feel like this is Trump the more I look at this. Somebody uses their health to influence behavior of other people. It's almost like, oh, huh. False meetings. I just heard false meeting. False meeting. False meeting health. False meetings for health. This is big dick energy. And I don't necessarily mean big dick like everybody got a big dick, but like it's definitely intentional energy. And it's someone changing the perception of things. This does have to do with health. This has to do with money. And that's an interesting card to come out. This is a group also. Like there's a group in here. I know I said it feels like one, but this pop quiz is for a group. This pop quiz is for two. So it's like two people making a big decision. And then the lie comes up. So it's like somebody's going to be proving someone to be a big, gigantic liar. Six. Okay, wait, shit. Damn. 666 bounces out of this bitch twice. So these are distractions. And because they come out, one comes out. Okay, this one came out. Okay, well. I feel like somebody's proving a point. Like, look at all these distractions. But because it comes out, scratch that. Unlucky. An unlucky path of somebody's bad gamble gets revealed. Somebody's bad gamble gets put out. Gets put out there. But will anybody be listening? This will involve, again, power and control. It's okay. It's like there can't be two architects. And it feels like there's two people who don't have control but are trying to get control. And they're trying to do that through emotion, conversation, deceptions, fraud. 6 returns. It's lies. The test card comes back again. Another test card. And it's an elevation moving up to the next step. You can do that by awareness. And my card of experimenting pops out. I really do feel like this has something to do with something I'm sure we're all thinking about. Interesting. Okay. It's an action. It's almost like someone blocking someone's actions. So someone is making themselves a martyr in this situation, putting themselves up front. And there's an earthbound energy here, like, and wow, 11, there it is again. Okay. This has to do with the experiment. It comes out as the test. Very interesting. Okay, so what's around this test, at least here as I remove the dice again, is safety. Safety versus experiments. And how long can things be taken? How long can we drag things on purpose? 13 comes back as a 4. This is someone like it's prejudice. Someone stalling. Like again, there's this block. Like you can't go any further, you won't go any further with this. It's a wisdom, but it's clarity of intention. So somebody's going to be getting proven to have, but this has to do with health. This does have to do with health. This has to do with protection, but there ain't that fucking much of it. There's blocks, there's money, but there's not that much protection. It's almost like protection of the self here. More fucking repetition. So there's an action coming along with this in the 7 days. Somebody's going to get bullied. And it's bullying the royalty, bringing someone down. So below. Wow. 808. Okay. So again, someone's making logic come forward here, but hard to sustain some cycles here. What's the action? The action is 8 again. Someone loses control in 7 days here. Someone loses control. This person is a leader. And this does feel like a male energy. But in 7 days, we're going to hear about him pointing the finger at 2. The 2 will be, okay. The leader will be illuminating 2 people specifically. 2. There's 22. We're going to hear about clarity involving some organization. Who's controlling it? Who is the architect who created? Okay. The guides. Okay. I feel like in 7 days we're gonna, and 7 comes out, okay. I feel like in 7 days we're gonna hear about two people who are very instrumental in something very fucked up. This thing has to do with the safety of us. Hello, Tay. There is protection here, though, at the end. But here in the middle, there isn't. So a little bit I get from here is this has to do with health and money. We're going to hear about some major something. Two people, two very high up people being called to task for their lives. Okay. Now, this will be like their lies. The lies of a group of people will be revealed by a leader. There's two. Their actions will be revealed by a leader. And their actions, I believe it's going to be, things were foiled to some degree, but not all the way. It's more like a reveal, a conversation about who this group is. But again, two big people will be spotlighted. Two people will be in the spotlight from this. There will be clarity, I feel, being made that the original intent is to get rid of someone. It feels like somebody's original plan backfires in some way, but there's it's almost like it doesn't fix anything. Two people are going to be spotlighted, though, very prominently. It's in the cards. And this has to do with the health in an experiment. Okay, you guys are quiet. Let's see. Okay. I feel like there's a block because somebody pulls back in action, pulls back someone's ability to make things happen. 7 and 7. Someone also runs out of luck. Wow. So somebody who was really sure things were going to work a certain way, because they always did. They're now going to have to explain why it's not working. An assessment gets made. That's interesting how they put it. Okay. So there's a completion. And the two that once held a spot moved down. Are they fired? Ah, interesting. Okay, so just for the data, what I get here is the two people will be highlighted. In the news. But they, either their work ends publicly, but in some kind of way they are publicly removed. They either lose their jobs or go into hiding. Because I get an ending. It's an ending here. Very interesting. So we're going to hear about two over the next 7 days. And this is world news that we will each hear about. So what I get here is there's going to be a testing concern. This will bring in a law and order and something of regarding the health and testing gets revealed as completely useless. It's almost like someone in power is going to prove this situation regarding the testing and health of the planet as useless. The words experiment come into play here too. So I don't feel that the word experiment gets used, but I think that it becomes the umbrella of this testing and health situation. Proving it useless would almost make it an experiment to use it, right? I see two people with names and rank. They'll be in the news and they will be experiencing an ending. And this ending, I do feel there is a leader, and possibly this could be Trump. And the leader kind of puts people into positions where they have to, I feel over the next 7 days, that leader's going to put people in a position where they have to show their hand, their cards. So I'm just writing, leader exposes others. Feel there is a testing edge to this, as well as the two people with rank that are in the news experiencing a public ending. The public ending. The public ending that I see has to do with someone being lazy, not doing what they should do. It's like somebody carrying on an old habit, never being concerned that it's ever going to be a problem. It's like finally the repetition of bullshit gets stopped. There's a 00 here. And here comes these two energies again. And the two come as like communication. Something that just gets communicated about something somebody did. It's an intentional communication. It's an on time, this is when we're gonna do it type of thing. Made. Wow. Interesting. So there's going to be revelation. There'll be revelations about two very prominent people. This has to do with the leader exposing this situation, or who would be affected by it. But my first, we'll go with the first, which is exposing it. This will be, wow, in order. In order. There's orders. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? If not, I'll just keep going. Let's see what's happening for the planet. That is beyond the beings on it. Let's go further. News for the world. And beyond. Next. Okay. Six. Interesting. So what I see here for the planet is something like getting in the middle of things. It's getting in the middle of things. Interesting. On an earthly level, planetary, solar system, galaxy. Let's see. That's a tough one right there. Random stuff. I'm just gonna leave this here and then maybe we should stop here. I asked about the earth in and of itself, the earth and beyond. I see more than one. Well, I guess that wouldn't be two. This is tough. Hi guys, okay. This is a tough one. I hate to say this. I asked about space rocks. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm looking at it funny. Hey Eskimo. Yeah, that's a tough one. Not tough because I don't know what I'm looking at, but okay. So it's possible. Randos. It's possible that we may have a space rock. Getting a little too close. I see 1, 2. Well, I'm looking at the direction that the numbers fall in. I'm just thinking like, okay, if we were spinning. I see 1 problem. I see 2 problems technically. I see 2 flyovers. I see something very large, unusually large. Something changes in the atmospheric condition for us. It's very interesting. It's a okay. It's a physical. I don't know how the fuck would that be? There's a physical change to the atmosphere. Because that's the foundation tilts but then turns upside down. And then it ends. There's an end. Some cycle gets broken. Some cycle gets broken, it's within vision. Clarify the broken cycle. Somebody realizes, okay. Y'all, I don't even want to. Okay, man. Fuck. Who knows the group Soundgarden? Black Hole Sun. I see a water event for some place on Earth too. A water event that changes the land for the people that live on it. We're going to hear some conversations about people watching sky events. There'll also be some type of verification. There's also going to be some type of verification of something. Okay. It's almost like somebody's going to I gotta do some research. Okay. Yeah, let's skip this and go to the readings. Page. Okay. I'm gonna do some research because that wow. I don't even want to say what the fuck I think I see. I don't. That's crazy. Mm. Yeah, that is pretty heavy for me because I mean, I don't want to say I see impact, but I see stuff. I see stuff, and I see stuff that touches foundations. Yeah, let me look those numbers up. Let me look that data up right there. Let's just move on. Yeah, I don't. 6 days. The dice also said something regarding 6 days. 6 days. Oh, 1, 2 hours, 5 days. I see two things. There's completion. Completion and the tangibles. Something having an effect. And the 4 comes right back. Yeah. Okay, who's that numbers? Off to the new adventures. Yeah, I don't know, man. That was. Maybe we just got some stuff in the sky we need to talk about. Publicly, I guess. But we are going to hear something. Some of us in this room is going to hear some crazy shit about the sky. Next 7 days. Good God. That's insane. I don't want to say impact, but maybe it'll just be something we'll hear about flying over. Yeah. Who's got numbers? All right. Yeah. Oh my God. 10 comes out. Just too much. It's too much endings. Too much endings. Too many the endings. And the 4, it's like. The destroyer. It's the number of Earth Destroyer. Completion. Okay, moving on.org. Yeah, Obsidian. No, we're all just gonna sit around eating ice cream. That's all. We're just gonna eat some ice cream. Everybody go to bed now. Hello, Malary. I'm just gonna close this part so I don't see it. There we go. That's nice. All right. What's your number? 4791. What I just heard was checkmate. Checkmate. What are we checking? 4791, it feels like you made some progress with something. But there's a need to go back on something. Go back on your work, go back and check things. We have a 4 here, so that's you. So it feels to me like making sure of ourselves, reasonings, these plans, making sure everything is good for yourself. Wait a minute. We go from an ending to self. Okay. So for me, your 7 comes back. There's your 9. So right now, I see you dealing with some challenges. This looks like losing trust. Any feedback? I feel like there's somebody losing trust in a situation that isn't growing. And it's like it feels like somebody's given up or bringing things to an end. Someone's ready for a new cycle. It's a situation that maybe one couldn't let go of. Now you have to let go because it's for growth. Yes, I am what? Yes, I am what? I see some conversations here too. Somebody's being like having an issue with things changing. You're letting go? Yeah, but you have to let go and you did. Okay. Okay. So, I mean, like, looks like you're going through the process right here. You got some issues with shit moving forward. Is that what I'm looking at here? We gotta clarify this. Are you having a moment of weakness and considering moving backwards? Taking a step back? It's like, because the action here is we're going through some thoughts. This is ego. Ego of the self. You don't trust what they say. You don't, okay. There's your 7. Okay. And trust it. You don't trust shit anyway, so what the fuck can I give you a reading for? I'm sorry. That wasn't me. It must have been your guides. That was your guides. I never said that. Okay, so listen. You don't trust anything. I was trying to think of a nicer way to say that. I just don't have one. So before you can get to completion on a lot of shit, you jump backward. Now it makes sense. Makes sense. So you be starting some shit, you get there, you run, you cross the finish line, and then you go, wait a minute. Is that rope safe for me to run across? Okay, so what I'm getting here is that trust situation is a challenge for you. That's a challenge, that makes sense. Which is interesting because that's what you're supposed to be working on here. Looks like that's a 8 comes back. So right now you're getting a lesson. There's some training going on here by the universe, and the Pepsi challenge is about you breaking a cycle of the way you think. You have the knowledge to make the assessment. It looks to me like you take the steps to get to where you're trying to get to, but this not trusting thing doesn't just apply to whatever the fuck you're asking about. This feels like it doesn't, could be work, but this feels more like interaction with the others in general. There's something you're determined to do. This is about having that strength and breaking this cycle and doing it with courage and balance. Because balance only sits on one side here. Yeah, that's that earth energy. Yeah. So right now you're supposed to be mastering the way you interact with the others. I know. Yeah, it's always a lesson. Do you know why it's a lesson? Do you know why? It's going to be a fucked up answer, by the way. It's a it's always a lesson because you're more aware than others. Think about how many people don't learn shit at all. But you're aware that you're always being tested. There's always growth. There's always stuff to learn. And once you get that understanding of yourself, you'll start getting that understanding of the others. And then you won't. Okay. I can't finish that. That was bullshit. All of it, what I just said right there, that was bullshit. Because the truth of the matter is, you're being tested constantly because you know better. Feels like a test. This is self-inflicted shit. So this is about discipline, okay? This is about tightening up, recognizing bullshit, and then avoiding it. It's almost like learning to recognize the lack in others and then deciding for yourself if you really want to go forward with that. Do you want more of that? Because, yeah. Okay. So, what I'm seeing here, and these are your numbers come back to. No. Everything except the completion. Okay. It's almost like you invite your lessons in your house. Yes. It's almost like you invite your own lessons into your house. Okay. Ooh. And you don't say enough. Don't say anything else though. You're very guarded in your communication. There's more action than understanding. There's more trying to figure people out than address shit with logic like you're aware of it. You're not stupid, okay? So it's almost like we're lying to ourselves. We're cutting off our nose to spite our face. We're dealing with people who look good but are two-faced as fuck. There's an action that needs to be taken here, but without taking the action and just letting life glide you along, the shit turns into a whole carnival ride. It's like going from one carnival ride into another carnival ride. And the second carnival ride is a little bit more lonely. Four comes back. Want love, but because we're not loving on ourselves and not loving the others fairly, spreading it out a little too thin right now. Okay. Priorities being thrown off. Some priorities are being lost. So what was working is now not. Well, something you're working on, you're off balance with it. I, I just heard overdue. Something's late. Because you're focused on this energy. Um, wait. Why do I feel the need to make these crab fingers? I don't know what this is. This whole time I feel like I need to do this. Like, crab, gimme, 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 gimme. Or somebody playing with boobs. I don't know. Good God. Anyways, sorry about that. That was sick on my part. I'm sorry. Let's. All right. I'm gonna move all these on right here because we got too many dice. Now, yes. So yeah, okay. Somebody's sickness for one becomes sickness for two. It costs money. Okay, so yeah, okay. So somebody brings instability into a situation, and they kind of know it. They do it because they have knowledge of something that works, is what I see. And these people in your question, your concern that you're asking, I see two people who couldn't possibly be really more far apart in goals, but right up on top of each other where it counts in the tangible department, in the stuff you can touch, feel, and pay for department. I see two people right on top of each other. Well, okay, well, one's on top of the other. I see one who could be good and elevate a situation, but it's more like a, a patience type of situation where one who thinks too much but has a good quality here. I see one person with a good quality. They could be someone caring and providing, but also a person who just kind of needs to be needed. and they get themselves in trouble because they need to be needed. I don't know who this is. Now, now that person is like, that person would be like the roof of a situation here. And what's here is also in reverse, but this is the one who is absent of money, absent of growth. This person may not bring a fresh anything to a situation because they may go through shit as a norm. However, this person also has the ability to be a creator of sorts. They may have a creative, sticky gooiness that you may find yourself attracted to. Oh, it's in the way they communicate. All right, this person. Okay, so somebody here it's got the goods on another. Okay, somebody's very comfortable with themselves. They are aware, but making a choice. The fuck do you want a reading for if you're just gonna be of service? Just okay. Hey, just call it volunteering. It'll feel better if you call it volunteering. You're not being used. No, shot, shot. Not being misled. It's volunteering. You're learning. You're accelerating, believe it or not. And yes, the fuck you are alone. Okay. If this is a sex focused decision, enjoy yourself. It costs. You have somebody has commitment issues. Somebody has commitment issues when you get to that place where when you get to the place where it counts, then you just kind of like now looky here, looky here. Let's see if oops, sorry about that. If you're wearing headphones, let's get you some wisdom advice. Oh, you're so closed off. You need love. Get a dog. Maybe you have one. All right. So, going advice, jazz. Whatever you're getting, you bring to fruition on your own. It's almost like you operate with this energy as a goal. But that's the controlling nature in yourself. You should work. I'd love to tell you to work with your ego and embrace yourself and be a better person and be gooey and sticky, but that's just bullshit, right? Because the problem is you have a leader spirit to you, and that gets in the way of shit. 4 comes back, that's your own number. 9 starts it off as your own number here. So you come in from a controlling, like, it looks good, smells good, you're a natural actor, but you do so because that's how you kind of guide things. You're a guide by design. You're here to guide others. You're here to work with others. You're organized. You're an architect. You create things. I see this here. You have a, you can make people in groups do things. I don't know what the fuck that means. It's just what I see here. Numbers, goddammit. But while you may be a people person, you yourself have an issue with change. Why? And that's an earth energy you have to work on. You can't, that traps you, to be honest, because that comes up right here. So that's not even an earth energy. That's an above energy. That's what covers you. Man. Okay, so look. You may work well in groups, but you have trouble with picking out exactly what you want, being clear about it. So you create this wall, this wall of imbalance. It's almost like you see things going okay, then you create like this lightning that changes things, but you don't like change. I don't fucking understand what I'm reading here. This is weird now. Oh, yeah, you like freedom. You don't want anybody tying you down. Yeah, I'm calling it volunteer work though, because it looks like you may as well be a volunteer for what you're going through. It's an act of love, right? Yeah, okay, whatever. So you're a little, don't be scattered on this. Just fucking pick a side and go with it. I see you. Oh, God. Oh, no. I'm just going to make noise. Why this? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want? Do you know what you want, babe? Do you know? Do you know where you're going to? Because there's no point in doing this reading if you're going to bing bong bounce. You can't be unsure about elements you're letting back in. What are your actions telling you? Because it's almost like you block this. You block unions. You block moving forward. There's this earth energy tying you down to overthinking. And it's either because your ass has too big of an ego or you're afraid somebody's going to hurt you. I guess they can all really kind of run one in the same. Right? You're afraid of somebody like not making it. This is, okay. The reason is love. In this realm, you need to master your actions and your intentions. Do your intentions match your action? You want direction, but it's really you that's got to get that. That's why it's not working. Otherwise, my love, please know this is a fucking life cycle type of infinity loop that you have to break. So this situation represents the rest of the situations you're going to go through. So the loop does not spin right side up, it spins to the negative. That's so there's something to learn here. Cuz there'll be unions and then loneliness, unions and loneliness, unions, loneliness, and in between all these fucked up actions, passion, sickness, conversations not heard, loop-de-loop right back around again. I don't see tons of money lost, but there is some. It's very close. Looks like your money. Looks like your time. Looks like your health. Looks like conversations that create issues, just scattered thoughts and feelings, and one motherfucker on block emotionally while letting energies be right next to him in bed. So, wow, there's a union that you have to learn from. There's a loop, and you need to break it. You got to recognize it in yourself, and then so this is not a positive cycle like it. You got to figure that out, babe. I can tell you for sure, this is a hellified loop, and it takes you back. Like if we were going up and down, if let's say the top of the slide, where you can look over the world and everything good is like a one, and down at the bottom of the slide where the sun has been beaming and it's hot, and you're gonna burn your ass at the bottom. That shit is like a nine. In life, you go from 9 to 8, 9 to 8. Then there's a 7. At 7, you lose some shit because that's an action. Literally, the dice come out. I'm going to have to figure out how to get the camera down here so you guys can see literally the numbers. But the dice come out 9, 8, 7. 6 drops to the bottom. So your life will go and then back up, and then back up, and going back up here will be a point of healing. That's when you'll heal. So you'll think you've healed after you lose your shit. So it'll be it's the unknown, the time invested, the loop-de-loop of whatever fucking cyclical bullshit. Then there's the action of, oh my God, it's not working. The bad conversations, shit, the passion of the damage from the separation. And then there's recognizing the sickness, thinking we recognize it, thinking we resolved it, thinking we put our baggage away, going back up to the start of that triangle, looping back around. It's a fucking, it doesn't move in a figure 8 pretty like. It's a little bit more like a fucked up ass triangle. Yeah, are you really more, I mean, listen, I'm more concerned with you breaking the habit or the cycle behavior. The money is, I don't know, I'm not in your pocket. You ain't tipping my ass. I'm giving you information for free, so I don't know about your money. I'm telling you it's right here and it's very close to you and it's behind you. It's not money issues going forward. I don't even see that. This is a big chunk of money around the situation. But you have an opportunity to change that so the money and the health situation isn't sitting going here over here going forward. I see the opportunity to understand the self, to communicate the self, to act for the self, to be passionate about the self, protect some things regarding the self, be honest in our communications with the others. I hope it's helpful. I feel like I need to show you this card again in case there's something there for you. That is a woman back there. She's going away. Let me turn the card so you can see it this way. No third party. Yes, third party. I don't know if that means anything. There it is. Something else you might want to. Somebody. Oh, that flies. And then we turn it here. Maybe just a picture show. I don't fucking know. Anyways, you got some lessons to learn. And they're not even lessons. I take that back. I don't want to call this a lesson. This is not a lesson because this is familiar territory. All day long. It's like reading the same book for the 4,791st time. One more again? Okay. Y'all gonna have to get some. I'll have to maybe at some point do some one-on-one readings there so you guys can ask better questions. Dania, hello. Dania. Okay, let's go. I don't know why I keep hearing be me. Be me. They can't. She can't. Be me. Be me. Be me. Be me. Okay. So there's a cycle coming to an end or something coming to an end. Let's see, what's the ending? Okay, so right away here, I see something to do with a situation that it's over. Somebody in their head or a communication that something came to an end. You have 3 here. So this is like somebody who isn't feeling good. This isn't healthy. This isn't a good feeling here. I feel like somebody was robbed. I feel somebody feels like they were robbed. Someone was something taken. Whether in something in the physical or something emotionally. It's like someone okay. I feel like my first thought was someone trusted another person. And then it was brought to an end. Like there's this one here that is I'm trying to read which one. Okay. So out of your own numbers, Dania, feedback anytime would be great. Dania, so out of your own numbers here, I see somebody leaving, someone lost, left behind, maybe feeling left behind, wanting a cycle to come back around again. This could involve family, friends, a lover. When really we need to accept it. Something that needs to be accepted. This is a situation that really, I don't understand what the destructive, clarify this. Well, that helps, thank you. So there's an action here, somebody being controlling. Someone controlling is creating an issue. In a collaboration, this could be a group. I see a connection having this could, why do I feel like this is an online issue? Social something. Someone feels left out. But this feels like somebody taking money, or there's a cost here for one. An ego. Someone trying to take actions towards two. The fuck is this? It's with many things. Okay, so, okay. I'm not reading the many people. Let's see, it's you. Then the block. Let's clarify your block. Because I don't see a ton of, well, okay. I suppose if, okay, here your numbers your numbers bring you to an end. Okay, the numbers you give, those are an ending. That's an ending. And that's impulsive behavior. We're just having a pop quiz. Wow. Mm-mm. Something you are completely not paying attention to here. What is this? Okay, there's a test for you to take. Unspoken motives, big change. Your guys want you to know you have big changes coming. Oh. Clarify. There they go. There they go. Okay. There they go. Clarify choice. Okie dokie. You're getting a divine adjustment somewhere, somehow, some way in life. These two energies come back. I don't know how many people you're dealing with, but that's in your number. That's in my cards. That's also here in the two individuals that are blocked going within. This is, to me, when these two cards literally fall on top of each other, I ain't never seen that shit. So I'm looking at this feeling like it's more than one energy, and it's not a group, it's two. It's two masterminds, is what I just heard. Mastermind. There's a test, there's a repetition going on here. I feel like somebody is having somebody else's back take the fall. Fall down. Anyways, my card of an inner battle being here, unspoken motives, somebody moving and grooving in ways that maybe they shouldn't be. And there's a two here, so it's like somebody's creating karma in a situation involving more than one person. This is a time where we are learning about the yin, our dark self. Are we? Is that here? Let's see. It doesn't ever. Did that sync? Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. So it looks to me like, yes, you are experiencing the dark self. The naughty, naughty, naughty. Somebody around you is being naughty. I don't know. And when I say the dark self, it doesn't necessarily have to mean you. It can mean the others. Because a lot of times, sometimes we reflect our environment. Either way, even if we don't, we are experiencing right now the shitty elements of ourselves and perhaps two people. There's a test here. It's almost like you know these people already. And it's almost like you're going through a situation where you have to figure out, like, I feel like somebody has to separate themselves from a situation before they get caught up in something. It's almost like having knowledge of the limitations that you need to place around yourself for protection. It's almost like interacting, it's almost like having to interact with people who might be working in tandem against you out of laziness and out of not understanding. So there's a cycle that needs to be broken here also. So there's a lesson here, of which you have already learned. So time maybe to turn the page. This is a situation that is very useless to you. I don't know what you're doing, but it is a whole useless situation here. And your guides, whatever you're going through right now, is a divine adjustment. It's supposed to elevate you. It's supposed to teach you discernment. Do you continue with things as they are? Are you tired yet? Are you finished or are you done? This doesn't feel like a safe situation for you either. So this is the time of building the self and the soul, figuring out, designing what kind of person you want to be, especially especially around certain people. Because I see a criminal element. I don't say criminal, okay, let's just say unlawful. So maybe they're not respectful, like maybe what you deserve. Maybe they're not, maybe they don't give you what you deserve. Let's see. Advice. Give me some advice that feels better. Alrighty then, what comes out is that freaking 8. Don't know if you're seeing any 8s around. However, you do have a leader spirit to you. Okay? You have some issues with control. Perhaps status. You may have an issue with the way people see you. And it's somewhere down your bloodline there was leadership. Yeah. Clarify that. I feel like somewhere down, maybe here, I feel very strong, like high rank or, anyways. I'm just saying, if you're not doing it now, definitely give some fucking thought to interesting. If you're not a boss, I hope you're becoming one. You have some type of business in you. Like literally, your shit goes. I have to smell. So you have great potential in whatever action, work, thing for the others. Like it's almost like you don't need help to accomplish shit. And your guides, your angels are working with you from an earth and from above. I see like all these different energies here. So interesting. And you have, okay, you have ideas of the work. What do you do? It's interesting how it just kind of went there, yes. I see like, very interesting. What's coming? I see an opportunity for some teamwork coming up, something to do with teamwork. There'll be talk of completing something. I do see a conversation here with completion and an opportunity there with potential to move forward into something. Something that may not have been previously offered to you before. It may have gone to someone else. It's almost like somebody didn't know how good you were at something. But there's a conversation of some sort that happens. And somebody lets another person know that you are the right one for the situation, for the job. That you're good with people. Somebody is going to say that. I don't know though. Do you really work well with others? Because it's interesting. I see some. It's almost like you will work well with others, but you would be okay working independently. Like you almost would prefer not to. I won't go further than that. You do it cause yeah. Yeah. I didn't want to be a dick about it. It's okay, look. I think we can all recognize 1 in 13 as 13, 1 in 3 as like possibly a bad number, but it's almost like you'll do it because you gotta when you gotta, but it's almost like the scariest costume on Halloween screams, blood boiling, and you don't need it. You don't need it. It's not necessary. It's kind of like you're like, I got this. Yeah. And people probably don't want to work with you either. I feel like you give off a little bit of that energy. What's coming for you in the month of October? Okay, that's interesting. I see a situation that is over in the month of October, but it's like somebody having the courage to end something. And 6 is a choice here. This comes out as a choice. It not only comes out as a choice, but it feels like something artistic almost, or it's bringing something of the self to the forefront. This could be working for ourselves. This could be being of service to the others. You might be. Okay, it takes money to complete projects. I see that. It takes money to get things done, but you are organized and you can create. The number of the architect is here. Now, oh, wait a minute. That's your number. So you have a choice. Okay, something's coming your way and you have to choose whether or not you want to accept it. But, I mean, you're gonna, right? Because this looks like a leadership position. This looks like a leadership something. Something mabob. Something mabob. And it's completion in total. It's completion in total. What's not here? Oh, there it is. Okay. You have a choice to deal with this. You gotta do it by the book. See that. But you kind of stubborn. What are you concerned with? What are you concerned about? I see I see you having this ego issue. Oh, that's everybody's issue, isn't it? Leadership appears here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, kind of 4, because that's in reverse. It's like denying yourself. You don't need anybody's help. You can do it yourself. I see that. But it's almost like self-destructing. It's not self-destructing, but and I don't even want to say self-sabotage. It's like doubting yourself, questioning whether or not you should do things. And at some point, you should stop doing that. Absolutely. Because you don't know it, you're not going to get to know yourself. You destroy shit with this. And you create lack. But listen, there's leadership all over this board. You could be, listen, a boss is stubborn if you believe in your stuff. I don't think there's anybody more stubborn than a boss. Like a boss. I don't think there's anybody more stubborn than a boss. I'm just putting it out there. What'd you write? Oh, it's 222 for you? Let's see how many twos. We got 1, 2 here with communication and going off into the unknown. This is what you don't know, what you have an issue with, what, your fears, the shit that blocks you, all this unexpressed potential, and it's all in your fucking head. It's all in your head. There's another 2 that's upside down. This is what's behind you, around you. This is your passion. This is a 12. But I'm putting these 2 together and bringing them to a 3. And this is you getting out beyond yourself. I'm going to, on the other side of this 12, this is you getting out. And why can't they all know how awesome you are? So there's 1, 2, there's 3. So you got 3 2s. Now those 2s make a 6. So I don't understand how that would tie in. Okay. Are you a perfectionist? In this lifetime, you may want to pay attention to your issues with family and friends. Because I see you here again with this leadership thing, this nurturing. Now, you could be a parent too. Could be parental roles. Because there's earth energy appears here 3 times. Hold up. Oh, take the test. Your guides are at work with you, numbers 444. It is time to move ahead. Next steps, we're doing new things, not lying to ourselves, skipping over bullshit and bullshit artists. We're using our time of action here. Wow. Wow, the 9, okay. So your guides want you to take this next step forward. Knock off the blockages with yourself. It is time to move into a new place, this new thing. You deserve it. You've earned it. And even if it's bad stuff, you've earned the intelligence to free yourself. Your guides are at work with you. And things are changing. They may be changing because you've been vocal and clear with others. I don't think you've been clear enough, though. Ooh, yeah, there's that. So you may not have been clear enough because there's that repetition where our thoughts, our lusts, our wants, our desires put us on this infinite loop of repetition. These are things we go through. What are you going to do? And there's that 8 sitting right up at the fucking top. So it's time to grow the fuck up. There's a test about frauds and lies. Your guides are working with you, okay? But this desire, this lust, there's a lesson in it. If you do not deal with it and you deal with your wants, the needs are going to be difficult too. So clear up your blockages and your issues, starting with your overthinking. Okay? You're seeking, you want to move forward, I get all that. But I'm not sure, maybe there's a blockage happening because you should maybe be looking around. I feel like you're missing something very obvious in your environment. And whatever happens, you got leadership, great leadership, all over. Like you're a guide for others. I don't know what all you do, but if you're not doing it now, you're here to impress leadership, guidance upon others. Mm. Where are we at? Hello. Who's next? Pooja? Okay, 6834. You're welcome, Dania. You're welcome. Is Tom Stip sitting there? Gonna need quick feedback. So, it must be getting late. Very late. What I just heard was a horse's ass. Right now, I have a taste for French fries and ketchup. And I don't eat French fries. Who's eating junk food? You have a lot of repetition here, Tom. So this must all be very self-inflicted. I see someone who has issues with control. It feels like a bully energy here. Like someone who controls others with aggressive energy. So someone is looking for some awareness. Again, I'm not seeing the forest for the trees. Repetition keeps coming in every different shape and size. What the hell am I looking at? Wow, okay. So what I see here is somebody who is going through a serious lesson that they're not paying attention to. This involves self and the other selves. Someone's ego is very over the top here, and it's an earthbound stuck energy. This could be someone who is a bully. This could be someone who is very aggressive. This could be someone who the bully pops twice. Somebody's dealing with some okay. There's an ending that has happened or needs to happen because somebody's not learning. Someone's not learning. I'm feeling the angry lobster again. Angry lobster. Angry lobster. Someone's too loud in the ear. Arguing. Misunderstandings. Someone's very irresponsible here with family, friends, spouse. Someone who should be a protector. very opinionated. Someone avoids dealing with things. It feels like a system of checks and balances of fuckery. Very controlling energy. Okay, so in the numbers, in what I'm reading, it's like it's a cycle that needs to be broken, or else. That's what I heard. Cycle needs to be broken, or else. Destruction. So there's a dangerous element to this situation. And it's not like somebody doesn't have the experience or doesn't know better. This is an opportunity for change. Change should be desired. Someone feels stuck, but you're not. Gotta be resourceful. Because you're a diamond. 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 7. So you're surrounded by a choice, as it seems like maybe a normal thing in this regard. There's awareness of repetition. There's the suffering of the repetition. Then there's the option to repeat again. So you may be dealing with somebody who goes in and out of your world and is abusive or not good at this time. The conversations aren't great. What advice do you want, Tom? It looks like a situation you won't let go of. What is this? This is a all over. Okay, wow. Hold on a minute. You have an option to take an action here. But there's a question of do we have any sense of ourselves? No, we don't, because we're just being impulsive. Oh my God, in my head I hear no means no. Just telling you what I hear in my head. Don't take that personal. There's a... oh my God, it's there. So you have an earth energy right here where there's some social interactions need to happen. Literally loop-de-loop, loop-de-loop-loop. That can't even be correct. Wow. Just loop-de-loop. Why? That's a lifelong loop. Why do you want that? That's a lifelong loop. There's no change. You need to leave well enough alone. So 3 comes out, that's your number. No more dice. Oh boy, so you are really in your head. This is a fantasy type thing. Your mind is very scattered. You don't finish things anyway, so why do you want another chance? This is an opportunity to be of the self. Self-care and love are an opportunity for you to go get some. Failing that test, though. There is a test that's happening right now. Your guides really want you to pay attention to that, but nope. Nope. Why should we do that? This test involves the self, how impulsive and greedy and sex focused we are, and what it does to the others that we're in relationships with. Oh my God, I'm feeling angry now. Okay. Why am I getting upset? So there's a loss of luck and gifts. Okay, you are here to do actually bigger work. Wow. It's where you recognize yourself, learn yourself, empower yourself. But what am I talking about? Let's move on. So there's a loss because of some bad gamble that's here too. And your guides want you to know that you are absolutely 100% on the right path for karma. Financial loss. Someone's going to take an action against you soon. But this is energy you've brought into your space. Because you want something that you might. Okay. You're bringing in a manifestation. I don't know what else to. This is a cycle I could tell you need to break. Really, really. You're supposed to be on a path and doing something else. But it's a cycle you can't let go of. Because you have a stalking mind. Somebody taught you how to focus way too hard. Or do we have abandonment issues? Which is it? 3 comes back. This is a situation that was destroyed. Whenever it was destroyed. So you're manifesting LACK at this time. Lack. Okay? Your negativity and your thought process is what gets you here. I see immaturity going on here. It's in the 3. It's in your 3. You won't let yourself move forward. Nothing but guidance cards falling out. Legit. And at the bottom, the test of the heart. Another test. A test that involves separation. So, there's a plenty of immaturity to be had here. And it's almost like somebody on purpose comes in and leaves other people unprotected, undefended, unprepared to defend themselves. It's like somebody comes in looking good, but their actions say something different. And it's an expensive learning thing for whoever's involved. But for the person asking, for the querent, there is coming soon if you don't make changes. If, okay, this has to do with conversations, honesty, passions. Your guides are really trying to help you. Like, that's crazy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times. 5 different instances of your guides, your subconscious, your higher awareness, perhaps even people in your environment trying to tell you to do better. I can't. You have other work to do that's more important. But there's a heavy cycle you got to break. Because this is probably going to be a life cycle. Just because there's disorder to your numbers while they are simultaneously being together. Like we're together, but we're fucked up mentally. We're together, but look at all this chaos. I punch her in the face, she punches me in the throat. It feels like a cycle that has to be broken because someone's fixated on the wrong things. Wanting love, but willing to suffer for it, or willing to cause suffering for others for it. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. Yeah. Good luck with that. Oh, you are snake. Never mind. I see snake. That explains my ideogram. Somebody is not honest. Because you waste other people's time. It's almost like somebody likes to see other people hurt. Moving along. That wasn't good energy. No. That wasn't good. What's going on there? Hi, Obsidian. Okay, Obsidian. I see somebody who is going through something, dealing with somebody's fucking emotions. It's blocked. It's almost like somebody's not talking to somebody. Somebody's focused on wanting something that's not happening either. There's a conversation or a desire for something to happen. But somebody's really in their heads. Somebody's really it's almost like somebody found out something. It's like somebody found out something was communicated to somebody or communicated in some kind of way. And then somebody looks back at the past like, oh, well, fuck that. But this is that build-up energy. It's like, maybe it's revenge. Clarity on, I feel like somebody wants clarity for a challenge. There's a situation like, you want to know what someone's motives are. But there's an ending. There's completion. And then there's the others. It's almost like it involves more than one, maybe. But there's a desire to control. Someone who can't let go of something and choosing it. Someone needs help, money to stop something. Going within, someone going within, blocking others from coming close. I feel like somebody's just done with a situation, pushed to the edge, or someone, stopping. Where's it going? Where's it going? Because somebody's working on karma. Test someone, somebody's not taken. Okay, so if this is wrong, I see somebody being a pleaser, too much of a pleaser. And in their head about what's coming next, which is nothing. So, ooh, love life. I don't see shit about your motherfucking love life on here. I see somebody being in their head about a conversation, something you need to be concerned with. So there may be more than one. I see somebody who has issues with family and friends. Could be spouse. I see you have some earthbound energies you have to work out. So if you're asking about a love life, what comes through strongest is you and what you are feeling. And what comes out here first is somebody being in their head, somebody being actually blocked. It's almost like somebody who won't take the steps to make things happen that they want anyway. Somebody who stops themselves. I'm not going to say self-sabotage, but that could be where I'm going. I see a situation where somebody, like you may have the ability to be psychic. You may feel like you're different from other people. It's almost like you don't know yourself 100%. And you're emotional about it. So at this time, you're experiencing other elements of yourself. And you need to let go of what doesn't feel good at this time because, yeah, you are moving in a downward spiral to being more earthbound and less higher up. When I say that, I mean you experiencing more of the ego, more want, more thirst, more acts of thoughtless, quick want, crush, whatever you want to call it. But if you're asking about a relationship, whether you're in one or not, I see you having some head issues you need to work out. Your guides are trying to work with you, but you're not paying attention. So you're getting signs about what to do with your impulsive behaviors and thoughts. Okay? You really gotta kind of like get some awareness of self that needs to be worked on. While you're here in this realm, you are here to be of service to the others. You may have the ability to be a counselor or medical, you do something for the others. And you have okay. You have the ability to be protective and nurturing. You could be. One day, maybe, but not really. You could be opposite of what they taught you. But instead, for now, you're just really opinionated. You're just really fucking opinionated. You you want clarity. You want a situation to work through. But it's not working because there's stuff for right here. Maybe you're carrying baggage from something in the past, something you saw. There's a process that you need to go through. Really. I see a process you need to go through. Is love here for you? Sure, it's there for everyone. But right now, it's upside down for you. It's things don't look fruitful. Things don't look like they're growing. And it's because some shit you can't let go of. So what are you stuck on? What are you stuck on, dear? You just gotta learn some lessons and pass the test, okay? That's all you gotta do. Because you're capable of a whole different level of love. You're capable of some unconditional love type shit. Not everybody can do that, okay? So when you slam your head into the wall in relationships, yeah, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna be fucked up. But love is, I don't even see interaction with others. That doesn't even come out. And your numbers, let's see oh my goodness. Okay. Let's see, in yours, there's the 5 and the 7. So in your group situation, in your expressions, in the way you in the way you express yourself with the others, whatever that is, it must come across in some kind of blockage way. I feel like maybe something's going on. I don't want to say anything else beyond that, but there's a blockage, okay? You got to work that out. And I would work that out by figuring out what your art is. What do you like to do artistically? Because the more you focus on what you don't have, the more you get regarding what you don't have. So if you feel lonely, you get more lonely. If you feel lonely in a relationship, you'll be more lonely in a relationship. So what I see here right now is you moving downward, like a slide to the bottom, with your emotions and your actions in this realm. When you actually, like, my nobility dice falls out. So you have the ability to achieve like some Zen type shit in this lifetime. You have the opportunity, and yeah, you have the opportunity to achieve some crazy stuff. But at this time, you're supposed to be accessing your higher self, getting comfortable with your magic. And yes, you have an art. You have to be doing it. I would highly encourage you to take your art, get you a computer or iPad, and go do your art at coffee shops. Get out of the house and go do your artwork in a park. Just do it because you love it. You probably have another art in you somewhere that you need to let out also. I hear more than one. You do tarot if that counts? I'm starting to really, really fucking think we were all being activated at the same time for something. So I think that those of us who have wasted just enough time are getting some spankings till we get off our butts and help the others. And Abyss, if you read cards, if you do art, you're supposed to be working on other stuff. We love the empath, the guide, Guide. We love in a different way because you have enough love for more than one. Where a lot of humans walking this realm have the ability to love one, the self. Think about how many people really love themselves more than they love anyone else, which is awesome. You should. But that doesn't mean you should be a dick. So, yeah, I think we're here to help the others, be of service to the others. And when we stop to love one, we all get fucked up because that other person doesn't know how to love the way an empath loves. So, what do you expect? So, why would you expect somebody to love you as good as you can love? Nobody can do it like the empath. Nobody can do it like the tarot reader who understands a big ass deck of cards and somebody's feelings. So, you are here to do work for the others. So, definitely, there is, I think personally, when it hurts, it's because you're not bleeding correctly. You have a gift, and you're supposed to be making use of it. When you don't make use of it, you will get spanked by the cosmos. Now, when you are doing your gift, here's the cool thing. It's easy to know you're on the right path. Because when you come off that bad path and you get on the right path, you get rewarded. I have no doubt about that shit anymore. When you're on the bad path, it hurts, you lose stuff. When you're on the right path, you get gifts, you get help. People you don't even fucking know come up and help you. And if, let's say you got a family that treats you like shit, but you're on the right path and maybe you have a great skill at art. Someone at school recognizes you. Now, in 2 years, you don't have to live with your stupid family. You can go over there. You can go live in France and draw on art. Just, there's a whole different world that applies to everyone when you're walking the right path. And I'm not going to talk church or none of that shit. I'm talking about taking care of yourself and doing the work that you came here to do. Not necessarily picking up and memorizing other people's books or any of that stuff, but you are here to be of service to the others. Pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to be doing. Because every time my ass is doing something else, I get my ass spanked. Sorry to smoke in front of you guys. But I hope that proves that you don't necessarily have to, do specific things. You don't have to do weird stuff to connect. Because the gift belongs to everyone. But only the seeker will harness it. Only the seeker will get to use it. The watcher, nah. So there's a high probability everybody sitting in this room has a gift. A little bit more than a probability, but that's what we'll just say for now. It's a high probability. You all have a gift. And if you could imagine living your entire life, yes, we all get spanked. You could imagine living your entire life not acknowledging the other 6 arms you've had your whole life, if you can imagine that. If you can imagine that. If you can imagine only finding out about those other 6 arms 2 days before you left your physical body, would you be with regret? Would you be sad? Would you be angry because you weren't taught? Would you be frustrated with yourself because you never looked down to notice yourself? So, as a reader and everybody else who is an intuitive or an empath, you have a gift and a love that you're supposed to be sharing with the others. And when you don't do that, you get spanked. When you don't recognize the gifts and the lessons you've had about 10,000 lifetimes before, we get spanked until we wake up. And there's nothing you're going through that you haven't experienced already, lifetimes ago. That's why it hurts so bad. Because in the back of your brain that gets defragmented every time you return, it gets broken up and remade new. But the old data from the other past lives is still back there. Can't get rid of all that shit. Can't get rid of all of it. So that data is still there. So when you have certain incidents happen like deja vu, or this sense of something unusual gonna happen, you've already been here, you've already experienced it, you're aware of the timeline, your brain is connecting to the universal hard drive. The same one anybody who claims to be a psychic and can prove it connects to. Same one your cards are connecting to. Like there's a sequence to there's a timeline, a sequence, a free will to alter the sequence. I mean, it's like a simulated video game. It's like a simulated video game, and that's where I barf on myself. And you have deja vu often? Yeah, okay. Because your ass is psychic like everybody else on this motherfucker. If you didn't have to sit in school learning useless information from, I hate to say it, I know y'all gonna be mad at me. We really could have skipped PE, is all I'm saying. We could have skipped PE. And one of them classes could have went to learning stuff like this. Just saying. Mm. You're trying to get in tune with your abilities. You doubt yourself because you put doubters in the room with you. You doubt yourself because you may be listening to people who have doubt. But doubt is still the path, it can still be a path to awareness. It's still a part of getting to know yourself. So I doubt myself too. I don't know if you watch other tarot readers, but like one of my favorites is Tyler's Tarot. And he's a good reader. The man has been reading forever. He's great at what he does and he's got good like energy, but he doubts himself. And he's a long time reader. And I think that's honest. That's honest. I think your reader should at some point be like, what the fuck is this is weird. I'm asking for feedback. And I don't consider myself a tarot card reader. I have cards. I do not consider myself a reader. But I think if you don't have question about yourself and you think it's all 100% good, then you're at the bottom of self-awareness again. Because that's just pure ego. You don't know everything. So, okay, let's forget that part. Let's skip over that element. Now we're done with that. Just do it. Just do it. And everybody doubts themselves. It happens. But when you doubt yourself into not moving, that's the problem. So hopefully hopefully for you, absent. Hopefully there's no one in your environment who's a negative person. Because that shit, that's a vibration, radio wave frequency. I get that shit out of my environment. Get that shit out of my environment. I don't fuck with it. And you, as a clairvoyant or an empath, you have to start reading people's emotions. You should be doing that already. You should be able to spot people's fuckery when they walk through the door. You should feel people's energy when you walk into a room. You do. You do. And you are different. Your brain's different. 100%. Now what? Now what? You think differently than the others. You love differently than the others. So it might be a little difficult to love one. Not saying cheat. I'm saying volunteer. Do something that feels good. Takes your mind off of the pain of the self. And that could be art also. Okay, I'm saying those are your first teachers. Those are the first teachers. Yes, they suck. But it gets better. Because you get older and you don't have to be bothered. Or maybe you are older and you don't have to be bothered. Right. And that's the lesson of this lifetime. That's the lesson of this lifetime, Ab. I'll call you Ab. That's the lesson of this lifetime, just so you know. For you, that I see right here is looking at those examples. And how can you be different? How can you be better? Because there's lessons in what they do in front of you. And how can you change the karma for your family bloodline? Because you don't want to take that energy into the next relationship. You don't want to take the behavior. You want to do better. So they're your teachers. You can, take what you like of their behaviors, and then you leave the rest. And you teach the others. So, instead of taking them personal, why don't you take them for the lessons that they are? Because when you take them personal, it's just going to be repetition and more feelings that aren't good. So if you look at them like a workbook with legs and arms and the ability to drive a car, when you look at them like a lesson, when you are grateful for that lesson, because you could be getting the lesson maybe in a worse situation. I don't know. When you look at the situation, try to make sure you're aware that you don't want to copy it if it doesn't look good to you. And the fact that you know they're doing it wrong, it speaks volumes. Hello. Yeah, you're here to do great things for the planet. So, unfortunately, that means it's going to be some hard knock lessons that you're going to go through in this lifetime. And you'll go through them because this life is distracting. If you could only focus on your lessons, you'd be a ninja in a week. But none of us do that. So try to watch your emotions, okay? We didn't mold the people. We just interact with them, learn from them. Learn to be better, learn to be different, learn to be exactly like them. But don't see them as bad. See them as inspiration, okay? See them as inspiration. And whether that's inspiration to do good things, do bad things, do better. And yes, that's the yeah, Eskimo. That is exactly how it works. It's in your nature to want to help. Yeah, I hope it don't take you till 40 to break that 40 something something something. I broke it. For me, it was broke. Most of that was broken at 18. But elements come back. You have to deal with that. And it's okay to step back. Everybody's a whole fucking adult. Sometimes people just want to be listened to. Gotta remember that. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Right. So I see somebody here who needs to break a cycle. This is a family cycle again. I think we're all here to do that, to be honest with you. I think we're all here to like cause some changes to the family bloodline cycles of whatever fuckery's going on. Yeah, we're supposed to break it. Because relationships have gone out the window, understanding's gone out the window. People are selfish, codependent. Oh. And yes, some people do want to, yeah, yeah. I try not to let it go too far before I start playing a song. Nice list of music in my head while they're talking. Uh-huh, uh-huh, okay. It's hard not to take on that energy. I mean, the only thing you can do is block it. But what happens in situations where you can't? And that's where learning strength comes in at. Or at least how to distract your brain. Yeah, that's a repetition in relationships. Lots of misunderstandings, bullying. It's a lot. But the beauty is you're here to do great work. And you will. This is the last one, you guys. Jeez, Pooja, that's a lot. Well, Patel. Well, my dear, I see this being stuck in this situation here. You need to make plans to do better. I see that. You have a challenge, though. And there's that control. Well, my dear, you got to figure out how to get things back into balance. You have to figure out how to be all about yourself. Looks to me like you have boss capabilities here, but you got to decide if you're going to step up and control your life. And it looks like you're dealing with the temper. Well, Pooja, the beautiful thing is you can't live your life for what other people think. Okay, let's see. What are the actions? Well, in some separation, someone's on the wrong path. There's limited protection in this, so be clear with others. Stop. You guys want you to be safe. Well, looks like there's a test you're supposed to take. I don't know if you can, but you can make a choice by what you want. There's a test you need to make going forward. Oof. It involves the mind, body, and spirit. It's about what you manifest, aligning things, creating peace for yourself, being content. So there's a soul connection here. And you need courage to go forward. Not your temper, perhaps the other person you're talking about. The parent's temper. It's a test. So you're supposed to learn something from this. You cannot live for everyone else. And you're doubting. What's the outcome? Let's see what they want to do. Oof. You got to decide what's important. Is your comfort and peace of mind important? Is a roof over your head important? Things are stuck until you make the next decision. And it feels like you're stuck to this. Like you're afraid to let go for the unknown. And you're here to do a big work, just so we're clear. I don't know what it is you're planning to do, but it's a big work. And you should stay focused on that. And you should actually try to figure out how to work in the chaos if you have to stay. Because see, this person has no feeling. So at this time, you're going to get familiar with the mind, the body, the spirit, your awareness. What will this person do? I gotta tell you, I don't really see your person doing anything. Now I do see some aggressive male energy. Looks like they're gonna make an offer, but it's not gonna be a nice thing. And it may be an offer or an ultimatum. This could be an ultimatum that's gonna alter you going your schooling. It's fighting. All I can say, Pooja, is be careful how you handle the situation. If you need to live where you're at and you can't afford to move, tough it out. If it's so abusive you can't take it, call the police. If you can wait till you move out, wait until you're old enough to move out, do so. Okay. And Pooja, if you're still here, you may be dealing with somebody who's angry that they didn't get to go to school or do the things that they may be upset and jealous that they didn't get to do the things that you do. So, good luck with that. Hang tight. All right, guys, it's late. Going to bed. He's aggressive and destructive. Yeah. If you can move, I would say start making plans. But if you can't afford to move, you need to look at that person as somebody who's never going to get as far in life as you're going to get. And they're a lesson. They're a lesson. It's an unfortunate lesson. But you're here to do a great work. So the teachers that you'll have in this lifetime are going to be crazy. But inside of you is a gift that's made for this, like a ninja kind of gift. You're like a ninja. So you just got to stop for a minute and now look at that person as someone who is not as advantaged, not as smart. They know they're not as smart. They know they won't be as good as you, and that makes jealousy. And jealousy can make anger. And that's not about you. It's about how they feel. They feel bad. So making you feel bad makes them feel even. And they don't feel better about it. They really don't. Nothing makes that person feel good because they don't know how. They don't know how to feel better. So all you can do in this lifetime is hang in there, hang tough, use your tools, keep your distance, do what you got to do, and learn the lessons. Learn your lessons because you're going to be dealing with more energies like that. So you're going to need to learn how to deal with them, and you have all the tools. You've dealt with this energy last lifetime before that too. So you have the tools. So hang tight, and if you can't hang anymore, you know what to do. But first, take care of yourself and do everything you can to stay calm, stay clear, protect yourself. But that person feels bad because they know they'll never be as successful. They're not going to go where you're going. They don't have your beauty. And life is kind of over for them. And they know it. There's nothing for them to do except be old, get older, and soon it's over. Soon it's really over. And that's upsetting to them. They have regret. And they don't know how to process that. So I'm not telling you to look down and be sad about it, but what they're doing isn't right, but they don't know better. They just don't know any better. Sometimes you could be so blinded by your sadness, you'll never have divine vision to see the rest of the world. So all they see is like this much of their world. That's all they see is this much of your world. But your world is getting bigger and bigger and bigger and has great potential. They have no more potential, and they know it. They know that much. So they're mad about that. They don't know how to fix it, don't think it can be fixed. They're just broken. And that's a broken anger they've probably had their entire life. And they see the potential, they see the greatness in you. And that drives them nuts because they can't touch it. They won't get to experience that in this lifetime. So I'm sorry, hurt people. That's a fact. People who are hurt only know how to hurt others. Stay focused. Do the best you can. Is there any way you can get out? Volunteer to help others? What can you do to not be in to not be in the same room? Do the best you can. Is there something else you can do at school or more work you can take on? Or is there a family member you can go help and start doing that regularly? What can you do to shift your environment? Don't push yourself for an answer. Sit quietly, talk to your brain, and wait for an answer. You'll get one. Yeah, Kanika, I'm done. I'm done for the night. I didn't expect it to go this long. But yes, I should stop at 3 hours. That's crazy. Do what you gotta do, Pooja, though. You do have the tools. You have the tools. Just give yourself a break, take a breath, maybe sleep on it tonight, and then look at that person like just what I said. Somebody who they're never gonna get better. That's any bully's problem, is they see the potential and greatness of others, but they don't see it in themselves, and they're angry. They're angry. Not everybody knows how to think properly. They just don't. You're kept in isolation, but you have internet access? Give it some thought, Pooja. I feel like this is, I feel like there's other answers. You gotta think. That's a good question. How old are you, Pooja? Pooja, Eskimo asked you a question. What I see here, you're 22 but can't get a job. So what my cards say here is you need to think. You really need to think. Because you're feeling like you're captive, but you need to be thinking. More hallway, less small box. I don't know what that means. Maybe that means something to you. You are dealing with that dominant energy. Somebody who's not emotionally mature. Job, the card of a job comes out here. Anxiety over job, loss. It's a card of poverty here. But what really comes here on top of all of that is work. Work. Eskimo, can you get Ed? Okay. Thank you. Yeah, Pooja, I mean, listen. What card comes up here is there's a tunnel and a path. I see you moving into brighter places. Listen, take a breath, think. We're in a new day and a new age, and yes, there are some old ideas still floating around, but you have internet access. You have internet access. You have internet access. Yeah, listen, you are psychic, you are gifted, but there's a big ass fucking like, yeah. Wow. There's a lesson here for you. It's a life term. It's a lifelong lesson. You're the person who initiates some type of major change. But it starts with you moving beyond the overthinking. There may be a healer in your environment, or you are one. And recognize the empath in yourself. And understand sometimes we have to protect the empath. Sometimes we have to work hard to protect that empath. And some of us protect the empath with our alter ego. Because time is not on that person's side. Your answer is outside. I think you're looking at your person, you're looking at your parent. You may be giving this person more control than they really have. You have more power than you understand, I think. Because you can choose direction. You know what the problem is, you know what the situation is. Time. That person is on a certain path, not the one you're on. So, you're going up. They're not. And there is a protection and there's an unknown element going on. But what's going on right now is somebody else sees your potential and they're trying to help push so that you don't see your potential. But that's like, that's no different than somebody closing a book so they can stop you from reading. It doesn't stop you from reading. So that's not even how it works. It's not even how it works. But you're here to do something great that's going to be of benefit to others like you. You have a work here to do. And it's so much bigger than whatever you're reading. It's what you're going through. And how can you change that for the others around you? How can you change that for others in your situation because you're not alone? But you have tools for greatness. You have the tools to move Kilimanjaro. You can move the mountain, but you got to stop, take a breath for a minute, and understand you may have to go into a place of protecting yourself in order to freely be yourself. But times are changing. And you're one of the people who's here to make that impression. I call it the fingerprint. You're making that impression upon the others. You can't save them. You can make the impression. That's the best you can do. And especially for that person in your environment. Damn sure can't save that motherfucker. Fuck them. But you can impress upon them that this is a new age. It's a new time. And we're different. And the earth comes from a certain sector of humanity. The universe is inside your body. So, hello, time to do some different shit. I don't know 100% of your situation, Pooja. This is where clarity and self-awareness come into play. This is the challenge where you learn to love yourself, know your environment. You know the person you're dealing with very well. So you know that person very well. You have the key. You know that person. Just watch. Now look at, when you're done off here and you get off YouTube, look at your world like a lesson, a school, a textbook. And that person that you're talking about is a book of lessons. What have you learned? And what does it take to close the book and move on to the next lesson? I can't answer that for you. You feel unsafe if you do as you want. And that's where we have to think about, how do we get out of the situation? Sometimes escape doesn't happen because you jump out the window. Sometimes you got to get the map. Look at the map and say, okay, I'm going to go downstairs at 3 when that person is doing this. And then I'm going to pull on my ninja stuff. And then I'm going to go this way and that way through the garden over here. That answer has to come for you. You can't, no tarot reader or number reader can tell you what the best thing to do is to be safe. Only you know your environment. This is your intelligence to harness. And that intelligence is what you use to guide others. Okay, so maybe it's time to move. Maybe it's time to figure out how to get the fuck out of there and go to another school. Just take a breath with yourself. What else can you do if you're aware that you don't like the situation? Within you is the ability to do all. Remember that. And it's not your issue if other people are recognizing and accepting their limitations. Doesn't mean that you have to. Who Who the fuck is Jose? Yeah, now look. See, you're bringing in other people that may not. That's the hard part. You're asking about other people who may not get to advance to that level this lifetime. Jose is a clown who should be deleted. Yeah, honey, you might have to be the only one who starts the change. It's possible that you might be the only one for this. Okay? Take a break, stop overthinking. Just take a break, look at the environment again. Look at it from a surgical, okay, if I was going to teach other young ladies in my situation how to deal with this, what advice would you give to the other girls in your situation? If you met your twin who was going through the exact same thing, what advice would you give her so that she could go forward and teach others? If you want to call it a battle, or if you want to call it life, if you want to call it angel school, because angels, that's what you're in. You're in angel school because you're smarter than the others. You're more awake and aware than the others. And angel school is pretty fucked up. It's hard. It's hard, but you'll pass. You're through it. And if you're 22, you ain't even in a situation where you stuck. How about that? Pooja, a lot of us have, okay? A lot of us have. A lot of us have, okay? You're aware of that you're alive. You're aware of life. And that's okay. You're aware of how things are. You're aware of hurting. You're aware of being alive. And at angel school, I think those feelings that you were feeling, I think that's feeling like homesick. Because I think our bodies and our brains, all the way back here, know that we didn't come from this fucking planet. We came here trying to help others. So we got to learn what their chaos is so we can help them out of it. Look at it like that. That might feel better. I know India is not female friendly. Yeah. And listen, honey, it's going to take some of you women to grow some big balls to make change over there. And that's crazy that it has to work like that, but change has to start somewhere. And listen, if I don't like politics that much, but hey, all the countries are starting to do business with y'all. So maybe now is a good time for Indian women to start speaking the fuck up. Because how many countries are going to have, I mean, I know in the U.S., we going to say something. We'll say something. And hey, I'm a former dominatrix. I might or might not have banged a few Indian men up the bum with my strap on. So you got me here. I'll bang as many of them up the bum to get their minds right as I have to from here. But this might be the time where we make change for women everywhere. And it has to start with some of you women with the big nuts. Some of y'all got to do it. Yet, listen, it's time to break lines. All these lines that have been set in place for women, gotta stop that. The world, the universe came from us. Nothing in this realm would exist but for there being a woman's permission, starting with her spreading her legs. The entire planet as you know it, the table, the screen, none of that shit would exist but for a woman dropping a seed out of her coochie. We call it a human, but we could have swallowed 90% of the male population and we wouldn't have any of these problems. I'm just saying. Could have just swallowed half of these problems. But here we are. Yes. Pooja, anytime you're ready, the universe is ready to respond to you. But you have to stay strong with it. And you gotta be serious. You gotta be serious. You gotta be ready. They ain't gonna be ready for you, girl. So you got to be ready for them. My card of new ventures comes out. It's about loving the self, getting that spark of inspiration as an opportunity. And me time. You have connection to source energy. Stop. I'm gonna make you go to bed, Pooja. You have connection to source energy. I need you to rest. Okay? I need you to rest for your brain. I need you to go into whatever meditation you do and get comfortable and let your guides help. And pay attention. Don't talk too much for a little while. Just listen. Absorb your environment and start noticing. The answers will come. Because you're here to do a great work. And the time, I'd love to say the time is now. The time was ages ago, eons ago. So, more time for observing and not just looking. We're taking in data. Time to make change. Time to do what we came to do. And our feelings just slow us the fuck down. Seriously. Put them down. Take those feelings, put them in your purse, and go scientific. Okay, Pooja? I want you to go scientific with this shit. Okay? Access that scientific, that alchemy brain, all the numbers and data and science. Look at it from that level. I like Eskimo's idea. Start lifting weights so you can punch that motherfucker in the throat. Look, Pooja, you are in a very different situation than, you know, a lot of people. So I can't give you totalitarian advice, nor should you be following all of the advice that comes off of cards or dice. You shouldn't. Some of this you have to answer for yourself because you have the ability to do that. I just want to remind you, you do have the toolbox. It's up here. All the tools, they're right here. I'm not going to tell you to look in your heart because fuck that. That shit don't get us nowhere. All the answers is right here. We can do the heart later when you get a pet. Get a pet first, then we'll work on the man and all that shit. But the toolbox, right here. Work on this part first. What's around you and your resources? What's around you that needs to be changed that you can make changes to? You can't change the people, but you can change how you react to them. Can't change your mother, can't change father, but you can change how you react to their old ways, their old ideas. Maybe it's time to figure out how to get the fuck out of your country. Then you come back for the others. I don't know. That's an answer for your lifetime. I can only tell you that 100% you have the tools and you've dealt with this before. You've been here before. You can't change them. Not your job. You can impress upon them change, a desire to change. It won't happen in this lifetime. They've probably done too much. But you can leave them with the image of potential. Change is possible. You can help others who want and are seeking a change. You can help the ones who are seeking. You cannot help the ones who are blinded and asleep, still holding on to old shit. Can't help them. Not your work. Not your work. You're here for bigger things. So the longer you sit around asking the cards a question, the longer it takes. You could be 40 like me, still just getting around to it. I'm just getting around to it. Or you can, make use of those tools. I don't mean real tools, I'm talking about the brain, your divinity. It's there. And your guides will help. Sometimes you got to play the men at their own games. Take it from someone who knows. A lot of the men really like that shit. And the rest just are too filled with ego to see it coming anyway. So take a breath, take it easy on yourself. You have what it takes to get the job done. And you will. Okay, Pooja. I see you digging through that toolbox over there. Did you just now crack it open? It's a little dusty in there, though. Just take your time cleaning the tools in the toolbox. It's little cobwebs and stuff from a couple of lifetimes ago. You have to blow out the tools, look at the environment, see what needs unscrewing first. What needs oiling? I know you got this, so I don't need to go any further with you. Thank you so much for your help. Do you need anything, Eskimo? You're welcome, Pooja. I'm going to try to get some rest. I just don't know if I can. I won't stop waking up. I keep waking up at 5 in the morning. I don't have time to go to sleep. So, A. 85, 70. Okay. Scribed is busy as fuck, right? I know Scribed. I can't. Sometimes I can't. Anywho, yo. I'm finding interesting synchronicities with this L thing. Some pretty fucked up synchronicities. I'm going to spend at least 2 weeks quietly looking at this before I say anything and send anybody else down this rabbit hole. But I lost some hours today. Disturbing so far. That's why I pulled out the board and the numbers, because it can't be real. Anyways, all I'm gonna say for the hint, I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole. I don't want you to go down the rabbit hole. But the lightest thing I can say that I think won't cause any disturbance to anyone else's fucking time is magic squares. Dude. Magic squares. I'm not going to say they're stupid. I'm going to shut the fuck up right now. Squares. Magic squares. Math. Math. And what's the name of the site? Hold on. Oh. Magic squares, yes. There's shit. Wonder if my iPad has it there. There is something really kind of, I should just make a video of it and put it up. There's a website that is showing some pretty crazy data. You guys should be watching the NEO videos. I think I should just make a video on it because this may be difficult to get to. I was hoping they would change it, but I've been watching it for the last week. And there's one site I watch the global emergencies on. Everything crazy going on in the planet. Earthquakes, anything you could think of. Fucked up shit. And there is a incoming asteroid that they are not updating. They're not updating it. So if they haven't updated it by tomorrow, I'll make a quick video on it. Because it's pretty fucking scary. I've never seen the site have just a 0 on it. So if I don't see a change in the morning, I'll make a video and post it here. Yeah. But otherwise, yes, magic squares. just magic squares with numbers in them. And how they connect to time events and others. Anywho, so yes, Scribed. I will try to look for you there. What is it? 885. Okay. Okay, so I got your data there. I will try to look for you on Scribed when I'm on in the morning. Thank you for your help, as always. And good night. Okay, I don't see you writing anything else, so we're all going to sleep.